Alma. Last week we left off with you talking about your worries about our next session since it would be marking the 2 months since your husband was deported. How are you feeling?
Yeah, it's been a rough last 2 months. Last time I came in, I had previously started a new job and having to deal with that and learning new skills. I've never worked before. And juggling with the role of being a mom and a dad at home and dealing with my own feelings and trying to understand how my kids are feeling. And so, I've, felt a lot. I felt overwhelmed and I've been feeling sad and lonely. So, it's been difficult these last 2 months.
Yeah. So tell me more about the times when you're feeling overwhelmed, sad, and lonely.
Yeah, when, just having to make sure that, I'm working 40 hours a week and it's difficult to leave the house at around 7 or 8 and then come back around 5 and do dinner and make sure that the kids are, in bed by a certain time and just managing a schedule, it's difficult because I've never worked before. Sad when I just feel like I wish, my husband was here to help me take some of the task.
Wow. Like, you're going through so much, but despite it all, you've managed to maintain your job and provide for your children. Where do you find the strength to do that?
I think my kids, I'm all they have, and if I don't provide for them, no one will. So really at the end of the day, is making sure that my kids are safe and that they're happy is my top priority.
So you find your strength through your children.
Yeah, I do.
And the sacrifices that you're making are for the betterment of their future and going forward.
Yeah, I hope so.
Tell me more about that. Why do you hope?
Well, I can't plan or even the reality of, their father coming back. It's really unrealistic. So, it's going to be me for a couple of years. So, really just hoping that I do my job well. I know last time I was really stressed out about, maybe even being fired because I wasn't able to keep up. But I think it's going better now. But just hoping that I can find the strength to continue doing this on my own.
Yeah. In the past, we've talked a lot about your feelings of loneliness and sadness. And I just wanted to ask if there was a time where you weren't feeling those things.
I think, when I'm busy at work and I'm in the flow of things, I don't think about it, but, it's hard not to think about the fact that he's gone and that my kids are suffering and that I myself feel lonely and sad. But there's times, when like I said, when I'm at work or when I'm having dinner with my kids or we're out having an activity and they're happy. I think those are the moments where I forget of all the struggle and pain and frustration that I'm feeling overall.
Yeah. So you find this like a source of comfort being surrounded by your family or being busy at work?
Yeah, I do. That's right.
What do you do when it's just you?
Well, I'm trying to stay busy. But also, it's difficult not to think about it. I've spent a lot of years with him, and to think that I don't know when I'll see him, and knowing that we probably will never be a family again it's heartbreaking and makes me sad.
Yeah, I can see, I almost feel your heartbreak.
Yeah. it's difficult. Yeah, it is really difficult sometimes. But I don't know. I think having these counseling sessions is helpful. At least I'm able to vent and talk to somebody about how I'm feeling. I've tried reaching out to some of my friends, but they've never gone through it. I don't think they ever will. So it's kind of hard for them. It's hard for me to feel safe and rely on them and their support.
So outside of this room, you feel as though you don't really have someone reliable to turn to.
No, I don't. I mean, my husband was that person for me, and now he's gone. So, and we haven't really talked since. I think we've talked like 3, maybe 4 times in the last 2 months.
It must be difficult not knowing where he is each and every day.
It is.
So, if you were to wake up tomorrow and your husband wasn't deported, like, what would life look like?
If he was here, I think things would feel more normal than they do now. I think just having his support is really needed, and I think that would be what I needed the most.
So you need and are wanting that support.
I do. Yeah.
Have you sought out any support groups?
I haven't yet. I think I've been just too busy with work, having to juggle with work and the kids and what I'm feeling and all this other stuff. But I think once I get the hang of, my job and the schedule that we have Monday through Friday, maybe I can seek something out in the weekends.
Because I'm noting that the lack of support is a recurring theme that you've mentioned in past sessions, and it's something that I feel like you are wanting but don't have currently.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that would be really helpful. So, I think in the future, maybe I can seek out some support groups or something.
It's a step into making more progress than you have from
Yeah.
the first session to now.
I'm feeling better. I mean, last time I was here, I think I felt really, really sad. Now I don't feel as sad as I did before.
So let's explore that more. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being that your feelings of sadness and loneliness are at its worst, and 10 being that they're completely calm, where would you say you are right now?
So last time I was here, I was really, really sad. That would be a 1, right?
Low point.
Sometimes I think I'm at 3 or 4.
And what have you done from our first session until now to get you from a 1 to a 3 or a 4?
Well, staying busy definitely is helping. Also, learning to come into terms that I can't do or have no control over what happened. I mean, he's deported, and all I can do is make sure that my kids are safe and that they're happy. So I think just looking at what's best for my kids. I mean, I'm trying really hard not to project my sadness to them, because I know it's difficult and they're coping with what they're feeling too, so I don't want to add an additional stress. So, coming to terms, staying busy is really helping me out.
Yeah. So despite all the negative that has come out of the situation, you're still making light of it and providing a strong face for your children.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
So from here on out, moving forward, what do you think you can do to get you from a 3 or 4 to a 5, 6, or even a 7?
Yeah, I think seeking some support, a support group, maybe reaching out more to my friends and trying to, make the most out of the time that I do have with my kids. Yeah.
Well, it seems like you have thought about future and moving forward. So for the next session, we'll explore that and see what you have done.